So, there is an Amazon Web Services outage FX. A lot of websites on the internet, they use Amazon Web Services. And for their stuff, not all websites do, but a lot of websites use Amazon Web Services. So, we have at 12:11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, there was increased, on October 23rd, there was increased error rates and latencies for multiple Amazon Web Services in the U.S. East 1 region. Another update in the next 30-45 minutes. Then there was increased error, and then at 12:51 a.m., they confirmed increased error rates and latencies for multiple AWS services in the U.S. East 1 region. This issue may also be affecting case creation through AWS Support Center, Support API. We're actively engaged in working to mitigate the issue and understand root cause. We provide an update in 45 minutes sooner if we have additional information on the issue. And it was sooner. It was at 1:26 a.m. and they confirmed significant error rates for requests made in Dynamo and DB endpoint in the U.S. East 1 region. This issue also affects other AWS services in the U.S. East 1 region as well. Understand customers unable to create updates for case engineers are immediately engaged and are actively working on both mitigating the issue and fully understand the root cause. We will continue to write updates to get more information sure by 2 a.m. And at 2:01 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, they've identified a potential root cause for error rates in Dynamo DB APIs in the U.S. East 1 region. Based on our investigation, the issue appears to be related to DNS resolution of the Dynamo DB API endpoint in the U.S. East 1, working on multiple parallel paths to accelerate recovery. This issue also affects other AWS services in the U.S. East 1 region. Global services or features that rely on U.S. East 1 endpoint, such as IAM updates. Dynamo GB global tables may also be experiencing issues. First time customers are able to create or update support cases. And customers continue to train any failed requests. We continue to provide updates as we have more information to share by 2:45 a.m. At 2:22 a.m., they have applied initial mitigation, then we observe early signs of recovery for some impacted AWS services. During this time, requests may continue to fail as we work towards full resolution. When customers retry failed requests begin succeeding, there may be additional latency in some services of a backlog of work to work through. We take additional time to fully process. We'll continue to provide updates so we have more information by 3:15 a.m. At 2:27 a.m., they are seeking significant signs of recovery. Most requests should now be 16. We continue to work through a backlog of queued requests. We'll continue to provide additional information. At 3:03 p.m., we continue to observe recovery across most affected AWS services. We can confirm global service and feature and U.S. East 1 have also recovered. We can continue to work towards full resolution and provide updates so you have more information. And at 3:35 a.m., the underlying DNS issues have been fully mitigated and most AWS service operations are seen already. Some requests may be throughout while we work towards full resolution. Additionally, some services are continuing through a backlog events such as Culture and Lambda. Most operations are recovered. Requests to launch new EC2 instances or service launch EC2 instances such as ECS. The U.S. East 1 region are still experiencing increased rates. We're still experiencing an issue resolving the minimal DB service endpoints in the U.S. East 1. Recommend flashing your DNS sketches to provide update at 4:15 a.m. Sooner if we have additional information to share. And then at 4:08 a.m., we're continuing to work towards full recovery for EC2 launches, which may manifest insufficient capacity. Additionally, we continue to work towards mitigation for elevated polling noise around Lambda, specifically on Lambda event source mappings for SQLs. We have an update at 5 a.m. PET. And then we are pursuing further mitigation steps to recover Lambda's polling noise for event source maps for AWS features that depend on Lambda's SQL polling capabilities such as organization. No policy updates are also experienced at early process prepared up to 5:33 a.m. At 4:48 a.m. We continue to work to fully restore new EC2 launches in the US East 1. Recommend EC2 instant launches are not targeted to specific availability. So EC2 has flexibility in selecting the appropriate AZ. The impairment in new EC2 launches also affects services such as RDS, ECS, and Glue. We also recommend that ALSCAN groups are configured with multiple AZs, so that ALSCAN can manage EC2 instant launches at 5:10 a.m. We confirm that we have now recovered processing of SQS queries in Lambda event source mapping. Now working through processing the backlog of SQS message and Lambda queues. Then we'll provide an update by 6 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time or sooner if we have additional information. We also want to ensure that we are continuing to successfully process the backlog events for event bridge and culture. Events published these services are being delivered normally and are not experiencing elevated delivery latencies. At 5:48 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we are making progress in resolving the issue with the new EC2 instance launches in the US East 1 region. And are able to successfully launch newest instances of some availability zones. We're applying similar mitigations to remaining impacted availability zones to trace our new instance launches. As we continue to make progress, customers see increasing number of successful new EC2 launches. We continue to recommend that customers launch new EC2 instance launches. They're not targeted specific availability zones that EC2 is flexible and second appropriate AZ. At 6:42 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we have applied multiple mitigations across multiple availability zones in US East 1. For instance, elevated errors for new EC2 instance launches. We're rate limiting new instance launches data recovery. We provide updates 7:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for student additional information. And at 7:14 a.m., you can confirm 7 API errors and connectivity issues across multiple services in the US East 1 region. Investigating will provide the third update 3 minutes for student additional information. At 7:29 a.m., we have confirmed multiple AWS services experience network connectivity issues in the US East 1 region. We're seeing early signs of recovery for connectivity issues. We're continuing to investigate the root cause. 8:04 a.m., we continue to investigate the root cause for network connectivity issues that are impacting AWS services such as DynamoDB, SQS, and Amazon Connect in the US East 1 region. We identify that the issue originated within the EC2 internal network. We continue to investigate and identify mitigations. At 8:43 a.m., we have narrowed down the source of network connectivity issues that impacted AWS services. Root cause is underlying internal subsystem responsible for monitoring the health of our network load balancers. We're throwing requests for new EC2 instance launches data recovery and actively work on mitigations. It's 8:43 a.m. Pacific Time. At 9:13 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we now take additional mitigation steps to aid the recovery of the underlying internal subsystem responsible for monitoring the health of our network load balancers and understanding connectivity and API recovery for AWS services. We also have identified and are applying next steps to mitigate the run of new EC2 instance launches. We're on by 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. 10:03 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We continue to mitigation steps for network load balance health, recovering connectivity from most AWS services. Amazon is experiencing function invocation errors because the internal subsystem was impacted by the network load balance health checks. Taking steps to recover this internal Lambda system for EC2 instances. We're in the process of evaluating effects to deploy the first AZ as soon as we have confidence we can do so safely. We will provide an update by 10:45 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. 10:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Our mitigations to resolve launchers and EC2 instances progressing in the internal subsystems EC2 are now showing early signs of recovering a few placements in the US East 1 region. We are applying mitigations to ring EZs, which might respect launchers and network connectivity issues subset. An update by 11:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At 11:22 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Our mitigations to resolve launch failures for new EC2 instances to progress or see increased launch in new EC2 instances and decreasing network connectivity issues in the US East 1 region. We are also experiencing significant improvement in Lambda invocation errors, especially when creating new execution methods, including for Lambda at edge invocation to brand 12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 12:15 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 12:15 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Continue to observe all recovery across all AWS services. Instance launches seen across multiple availability zones in the US East 1 region. Remember that customers may face intermittent function errors for function making a request to other services, which simply work to address residual network connectivity issues. To recover Lambda's invocation errors, we slow down the rate of SQS polling via Lambda event source mappings, now increasing the rate of SQS polling as we experience more successful invocation and reduce function errors. We'll provide another update at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At 1:03 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, service recovery across all AWS services continues to improve. We will continue to reduce throttles for new EC2 instance launches in the US East 1 region that were put in place to help mitigate impact. Lambda invocation errors have fully recovered and function errors continue to improve. We have scaled up the rate of pulling SQS queues via Lambda source mappings to prevent lows. We provide another update by 1:45 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At 1:52 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we continue to reduce throttles for EC2 instance launches in the US East 1 region. We continue to make progress towards prevent levels in all availability zones. AWS services such as ECS and Glue, giant EC2 instance launches will recover. As the successful instance launch rate improves, we see full recovery for Lambda invocation and working through the backlog of queued events, which we expect to be full process in approximately next 2 hours. We'll provide another update by 2:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So by about 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, should be fully processed all the backlog of queued events.